Today we are at Te Miro mountain bike park. It's my local, it's only 20 minutes from where I live. It's been fine for the last few days, so it should be pretty decent. It gets real slippery in here in the winter because it's just like that real hard clay. It just all turns to ice, but we're going to go and see how it is running. But yeah, it'll be a pretty chill little solo ride today. Nothing too crazy. No sort of like structured training or anything. I just need time on the bike at the moment, so just going to try and get at least an hour, and if we get less, if we get more, that's all good. But yeah, just want to go for a little pedal. Do a little warm-up run on easy flows. So if that trail's not too bad to ride in the when it looks slippery, I'd say it will be pretty good, because that's like a good benchmark of like how slick it's going to be. But I just let my tyres down a little bit more than usual, and I think we're going to be fine. I think what I'll do is pretty steady, do like a steady moderate effort climb up to the top of a fairly new trail called Flow. Yeah, it's easy flows it. So yeah, we're going up to Gloworm. See how that goes. Some pretty cool berms and stuff in there. And then depending on how that feels, we might go up and do a lap of native. At the top of the climb, we'll just drop straight in, see how it goes. These first few berms are usually pretty slippery, so take it easy. Not too bad yet, still not too bad. Slippery there, you can see how slippery it is here. Whoa. Whoa. So that wasn't actually too bad. It probably looked quite tame in the video, but the back end was definitely slipping a bit. I find when it's slick like that though, like as long as you enter the corners pretty high, so that you're like in the berm as you start the corner, it's not too bad when they're like steep enough like that. If you try and enter halfway through, that's when all that weight pushes in the front and you just wash. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm no expert, but that's something I've noticed anyway. Alright, onwards, back up to native. Alright, so we're back at the top of Easy Up, except this time, instead of turning down there, we're going to keep going straight and heading to the natives. Had to take it easy down there, got some dirt in my eye, couldn't see. Right, so this is actually a pretty technical climb to get up, so I might film a little bit of it. Not sure how gnarly it's going to look on the old GoPro, but it's a fun climb to play a game of foot down on, so you can win. Wrong one. Tough corner, that one. One thing that is exposed a lot riding around here is I used to have a stump jumper 27.5 wheel size, but since getting the Epic, Specialized Epic with 29er, it's amazing how much easier the wheels roll across all these routes with just a larger wheel. Right here I'm working fairly hard now, which is nice. Whoa. Whew. That's my foot down, one strike. Well, that's new. Now, once again, I'm no expert and no mountain bike coach, but on these, just like on a route like a technical downhill, on these technical uphills, the further you can keep your vision ahead, janky, the further you can keep your vision ahead, the way better off you are, because most of it's just set up, to be honest. Like, as long as you can set up a good line and carry some speed into the line, it makes your life so much easier. The last thing you want to be doing is cranking on the pedals as you hit the route. That's just recipe for lighting up the rear wheel. Now, if you're watching this and the technical aspect of this climb is putting you off, don't worry. There's plenty more trails you can ride out Te Miro mountain bike park that don't include this climb. We'll just roll straight in. So hard to see the roots underneath all the leaves. That's slippery. Yeah, remember that slippery in summer. Technical corner here. Straight wide. Here, exit speed. Not too bad, pretty slow coming in. Got a tree to the face. Got offline there. Whoa. Little shortcut. Right, we're near a right. Slippery track. Just because left's always super wet. I'm probably getting my bike all muddy today. So this one here, if you follow it around, pretty much just links into this new like drop area that's being built. Whoa. You just climb up this hill and then you can drop left into this new like drops area, and then it takes you down to the lake track. Whew. Got that wrong. And then you knock on this nice, easy grade 2 loop around the lake. It's meant to be one way. There's quite often a lot of walkers and runners and stuff on it. That's okay, it's a pretty nice place to do that, so just got to be careful. Back in the sun. The main car park's up there on the hill. Nice lake on the right. Usually if they have like cross-country mountain bike races, they'll start on that little grass verge over there on the right, and you'll have this first little gravel climb, which is tiny as your like starting sprint, I guess. It's pretty intense, but I feel like all starts are, so making our way back to the other side of the forest. flip to the other on this. Whoop. So we're actually losing light pretty quickly in the forest. So what we're going to do is we're going to head across to what they call the downhill side, the DH side, and climb up there, about a 10-minute climb, and do 17 Hundy, which is a super chill little flow track, and that'll be a nice little trail to finish the day on. And that will be about, I don't know, an hour, 20 minutes of riding, which ticks all my goals nicely. Alright, we're cruising up. McDirty continues. Pretty nice actually, this climb. You can kind of go as hard or as easy as you like in spots. There's still some pinchy spots, to be fair, but you can definitely attack it pretty hard if you want to. So it's a I use it quite a bit for training. If I'm doing efforts like 8 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, it's quite a good hill for that, especially because you do have that natural with the corners pressing on, pressing off. Super good for like different talks and exposing your muscles to hits random cadences and everything. I'll see you guys at the top. Whew. At the top of the climb, and it's going to drop straight in. 17 Hundy. Gonna keep it pretty chill. No need to get too excited. Actually mix dirt into the berms. That's way better. That's sick. Because those used to be so slippery in the wet. Right into the bottom section. There's a pretty fun line over here. You pull right and go up. That was epic. Tried to do an oppo just to the goons instead. We're up. How was it? Good, good. So that's us done. Really fun little ride actually. Quite a nice mix of native and flow stuff, and the like slightly slick dirt actually made it quite fun because you had to be on your toes the whole time. But yeah, let me know what else you want to see. Currently training for the Waka 100 in October, so if you want to see some training footage in terms of like structured stuff, let me know. But yeah, also a lot of other cool events on the horizon and some cool adventures, so I'm just going to take my camera with me and see what we get.